Hello dear friends, my name is Mike Aparicio and you know me as Apparition, developer of Apparition products. This time I'm going to show you a new product from the line of the construction morphs similar to the Magic Bridges and the Magic Roads, two products that are really marking a difference in props for Icon because they allow users to construct and to build inside Icon, which is a lot of fun. Right now, what I have on screen is what I call the Morph Room, which is part of the MagicSet collection. The idea here is to provide some props which are good for scene shooting when you need to configure an area for shooting which is not really necessary to be a big city. Sometimes scenery is really complex and lots of things in it, which makes rendering and manipulation very slow. A good producer would think on using sets just like in regular movies where there are fake buildings, fake houses, everything is not complete, and then just the necessary items to produce the backgrounds and the environment for the shot. Here what we see in the magic room, I am gonna get closer to it, is that you can see inside, and of course you could shoot inside of it, but if we turn the camera like this, and then we look through the window, we can see now that there is a roof, but under it there is no floor, so you can shoot right there through the floor and shoot the things from a low take, or you can go and shoot from the top from a high take without the interference of the ground, floor, or the ceiling. But this is not the major feature of the Morph Room. The Morph Room is fantastic because everything that you do to it can affect it in time. Let's say that I am setting here about 100 frames, and if I use the scale to play with it, I can make it totally wider, longer, or taller, just as a regular prop that we all know. But what is interesting about this is we can set, of course, the pivot point to the lower part of it. When we scale it, we can bring it up like this, stretching, or we can even set by hand the pivot point to a real level where it is really going to be exactly at the floor. Now, what is good about this? What is good is that the little red boxes you see here are just like the similar boxes at the Magic Roads, which allow you to change the position of the boxes and consequently deform or alter the shape of the room. So if I go and use the toolbox and select, for instance, this one, and use the move tool to pull them to the side, then you can see that the wall is now has changed, and I am changing the room proportion, and of course the ground already followed it, and the ceiling too did follow the transform. But now it's interesting that we can go, for instance, and pick with the selection tool these 4 control boxes, and we can pull the 4 boxes a little bit further forward, and you can see that the room has been trimmed instantly into a new scene. You can pile these little things, these Morph Rooms. Let's do a little piling up like we taken this, and we're going to do with the control key bring it up motion, and then we can set a second floor right there, and you can see when we have to now, and we could work on the first one and change its scale and make it wider like this or like that, so we can change the shape of any one of the room details. We get the 4 boxes here at the front again, and we're going to pull them. Let's see if we can get this move tool. Kind of difficult to get in there with the little screen, But you can see I'm pulling it even farther away, and you can see now this is fantastic. We can build and build with this, and we're gonna get inside. You can see it through the window. We're gonna get through the window, and there it is, the roof, where we are building a totally different construction. What is nice of all this is that this has happened in time. When we move this backwards, you see, the building grew and expanded and made itself into two little rooms, which is supernatural, super fantastic. Okay, there is not much to say except that you can also scale. You can scale each one. Let's say that we're going to look at it from the rear, and one of these two, and we're going to make it a little farther, right there. And we might need a little light in the back because we usually have only a frontal light, so let's turn on another light here with a little bit of color, and let's rotate the light a little bit so we illuminate the rear part of the building too, like this. And now you see that we have the windows, the window controllers, which are the rear 2 and 3, rear 3 and the rear 2, right there. And if I move those, look what happens to the windows. I am going to move only rear 3 and move it like this. Look, I can close the window really, and then make it wider window on the wall. Let's get rear 2 and make a real wide window right there on top of the building. Isn't that nice? You see? So now we have a construction pretty well done very quickly. So we have more items here. We have more items that complement this, which are that we have several sets of walls. These walls allow you to create complex labyrinth types like complex buildings, warehouses, and what you would need also is a nice roof. A nice roof like this one. It's very interesting, an interesting roof, because we can bring it up like this, and that roof slab, as you can see, is just plainly like any type of prop that can be scaled and make it larger, and it can be moved and placed around like this. But what's interesting about it is that it also has these little control boxes that you see there. These control boxes allow you to do, for instance, let's say that we're going to pick the first one here, or let's collapse here and make it better. The roof handle 1, right there. Look what happens if we rotate this handle. Well, the roof goes down like this, and we can rotate the other handles 6 like this, and no, that's the other edge. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. 5 would be that one. And you can see what we are doing here. 1, 2, and a nice. Now we get 3 and 5. We can bring them up. Look what happens. And we might need to shift it like this to create a nice situation here. So you can see that the roof really allows you to create some fantastic. Now we need to do some minor adjustments, and of course that I'm not doing it correctly as it should be at this point to make the right proportions in the building. But in general, the little trimmable roof, you see, it can be bent in any direction. Can be done like this, like that. You can bring it up like this. You can bring it down, up. This is fabulous. So when you have it, you really can construct all kinds of things. Now the last question some people might do it is that, what about the little control boxes? Well, those control boxes they all have a material, which is a little material that is temporary material just for turning its opacity off, and then it disappeared. And we would do the same for the second room, and we would go and get it away, and the roof will have also the same thing, and we get rid of the control boxes, and then we are doing buildings. Of course, I didn't work here right now with the sense of construction, but I am sure you've gotten the sense of how the MagicSet works. You might say, well, is that all? And I say, no. We have other items like that's an interesting, the wall 7, well 8 point. Let's call one just for fun, right in there. And it's gonna pop right in the middle of our building probably. There it is. And I move it forward a little bit. And you can see also that it has control boxes. Now you are already an expert on this one. And when you pull these boxes, let's say that we get the first control box, which we would see here is the wall P1, and pull it like this, and we can do pulls like this and make, and let's get these other two together, and this one here, and move them and pull them like this. And you get creating some areas for your shooting, and you can also do strange odd construction like for pyramids, places, whatever. The set is fabulous. You can see the smooth bending there, so it does a very natural look to the bendings on the walls, and you can have fun, a lot of fun building some custom unique sets for your movies. About the last thing, textures. The room itself has a collection of materials, which is like this: carpet, ceiling, wall interior. All the materials are there. In the wall exterior, for instance, right now we are just using like a stucco, but you could change it and make it like this. House is material sharing because it's a copy. The two are changing at the same time. You can change any materials, walls, bricks, and things like that, and customize the little house or your constructions as you would please. This is a fantastic set construction kit, the MagicSet by Apparition. I hope you get it and you have fun with it. Thank you for watching.